Hi everybody, this is my second video, which will be the third video I post, so you guys won't see it as my second video, but it's the second video I'm recording. I just want to say thank you guys for all the positivity on my first video. I was so excited, it made me so happy. Like, you guys just don't understand. I kept texting my mom or talking to my daughter and I'm like, they're still watching it, like the views are still increasing. So I wasn't expecting it. Like I said in my last video, I had no expectations on any of this. I just enjoy it. So if you came back today, I'm gonna just film myself doing this makeup look, and if you want to see it, just keep watching. Bye you guys. Okay, so we're gonna start with the eyes. I'm using a color that I'm not familiar with. Not a color, but like a product that I'm not familiar with, so I'd rather just do my eyes first and then we'll go in with the face. I normally do my face first and then do my eyes, but we're switching it up today. So I'm gonna go and prime my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I hope you guys can actually see what I'm doing. I kind of zoomed the camera in so that you could actually get a better look at what's going on, and then I'll zoom out when I do my face. So we're just going to put this down so we have an even base and cancel out some of the veinage in my eyes and the redness on my eyes. It can also help your shadow stay on better and just overall look better. I did already do my eyebrows, of course. Nothing new. Okay, so most people, I won't say most people, a lot of people set their eyelid primer. I don't. I'm different. So there's that. I'm gonna go in with the Huda Beauty palette today in Mauve Obsessions. I just got this. It's pretty. And I'm gonna go in with the shade, I don't know, they don't have names. Run that through my crease. I want a pretty deep crease today because I'm not necessarily going to cut the crease, but I am going to lay that jelly shadow down, and it's going to look similarly to cutting the crease. I hope you guys can actually see this. I really need to get some type of lighting because as I sat down today, I noticed that the lighting is really bad, like very shadowy and dark. But I'm new at this, so we will get there. Okay. So something similar to that. It's pretty. Next I'm going to go in with the shade, probably this one. We'll go with this one for now, and then I might end up going into this one. I'm going to switch brushes. It's a little more densely packed brush. And we're just going to run that through the crease as well. Oh, get my hair out of the way. I'm going to kind of blow it out, and then I'll probably clean it up once we go in with our face makeup. I was not expecting the amount of feedback that I got from my first video. I was so excited. Me and my daughter were like sitting on the couch and she kept checking it. She was like, "Mom, you have this many views," or "You have 200 views." And I really wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I didn't even expect to get over 100. So it made me really happy, and I just want to thank you guys for watching that first video. And I hope you guys do start, you know, coming back and watching whatever I put up in the future. It's fun. Like, I was so excited to be off today so I could sit down and do this again. And I'm just having a lot of fun with it so far. So that's where we're at, nice and deep. I have hooded eyelids, so typically any shadow, you'll see that right there. It's not the shadow being patchy, it's just my skin on my eye is really annoying. I wish I had like big pretty eyes, but I don't. I have hooded eyes. Not that they're not pretty, they're just, it's harder to work with sometimes when you're using shadows, because you will have to spend a little extra time blending it out, or if you do decide to cut the crease, you have to kind of cut a little higher onto your onto right here, like in the crease. You have to cut a little bit higher. If not, if you have hooded eyes, you won't really see all that work that you spend doing that look. You won't necessarily see it because your eye folds. Alright, so I am gonna go in that with that darker shade and put it kind of like on the outside, and then run it a little bit into the crease, but not take it all the way down. Let me find me a brush. I'm gonna go in with a smaller, denser brush if I can find one. Oh, this will work. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna pack that on the outer corner, and like I said, kind of run it in just halfway into the crease. Don't take it all the way down. I really wasn't expecting to be this dramatic today, but I'm here for it. It's pretty. Now I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just kind of blend the edges. One thing about packing on multiple colors is you want to blend. You don't want it to just have a color and then stop and then be skin. You want everything to look seamless and blended out. That's one of the biggest things that I see when I I always look at people's makeup, and that's the biggest mistake I can see is people don't really blend out their shadow. They just kind of throw a shadow on and then go. Even if you're using one shadow, one color, you want to blend that edge, and you don't have to use any additional product. You don't have to get a lighter color. You can, so that it transitions, but if you just use one shadow, you still want to take a fluffy brush and blend that edge so that it looks seamless, and then it kind of gradually fades. So, like that. Okay, so I'm done with that palette. I'm gonna go in with the, right here, Colourpop. I think these are called the Jelly Much shadows. This is in the shade Close to You. I've never worked with this type of shadow. I'm really excited, but it's, let me show you. It's so crazy looking. Like it's weird. Like, can you see that? You can't see that. It literally feels like jelly. So, it's pretty. Let me get my palette, my mirror. I'm just gonna wipe that on my pants. These leggings are gonna be so dirty by the end of this. So I'm just gonna take a flat brush. Mine's really dirty. I definitely didn't wash them the other day. I'm just gonna take that flat brush, dip it in here, and we'll see what happens. So that's really pretty. I don't know if you can see it. Can you guys see it? Now this, I don't want to blend out the edge or make it fade because that's the look I'm going for. Kind of like a cut crease look without getting out the concealer and actually cutting it. But on the outside right here in this area, you will want that to fade. And I'll show you how to do that in just a minute. I've noticed that I do have to keep dipping in. Like, it doesn't give me full pigment like all at once. You have to keep dipping your brush into the shadow, which is fine, but time consuming. Like, it's not just a one swipe and it's full pigment. So that's where we're at. Can you see it? I don't know why I'm like, I don't know. We're still getting used to this whole recording yourself thing. I'm not quite there. It's just, it's awkward. I don't know why, it just is. So, I like that. It's pretty. I'm gonna just build it up one more time and see how much more intense we can get it. Yeah, it doesn't really look too much different. It dried down super fast, so it's not like if you close your eye, it's going to transfer. Now, I don't know how much fallout you will get from the shadow. Like I said, this is my first time messing with this type of shadow. A lot of glitters or pigments will have fallout unless you use a glitter glue, and I did not use a glitter glue. Just drop some of that on my carpet. Oopsies. So I'm going to go back in with the Huda Obsessions palette. I'm going to go into this color right here. And this brush, it's a little small. And what we're going to do is go to the outer, where the outer corner meets the Jelly Much shadow. And we're going to blend that a little bit so it's not just like it stops. I have like a blending effect. So it kind of fades into that. Okay. So that's where we're at on the eyes right now. I'm going to find a small brush and I'm going to add a kind of like a white color right here on my brow bone. I don't really like highlighting the brow bone too much, just a little something something. And I usually, if I do highlight my inner corner, I will do that with whatever highlight I'm using that day, just so it all ties in, it's consistent throughout the face. But that's nice and light. Okay, I'm gonna go throw on some eyeliner and mascara and I will be right back. Okay, so this is where we're at. I added liner and mascara. The liner I used was the Benefit Roller Lash, and the mascara I used was this Covergirl Exhibitionist. I just picked this up literally last night and I don't really know how I feel about it. It's okay. It's just not my, it's not my Too Faced mascara, so we'll see. I'll continue using it and see how I feel. So I'm gonna go in with the face now. I actually just got this e.l.f. It's like the putty primer. I've been looking for this everywhere ever since I heard they were coming out with it, because it's kind of like a Tatcha dupe. I wanted it and I could never find it, and randomly in CVS there it was. It's like, it's literally a putty, like it's pretty cool. So I'm going to put that right here just on my pore area because I do have large pores. I'm just going to take my finger and rub that in. And it definitely already looks like it's blurring it a little bit. So that's exciting. I always wanted to try the Tatcha one, but I think it's like $52 for a primer, and I can't allow myself to pay that. I really can't. I spend high dollar on makeup, like foundations and stuff sometimes, but $52 for a primer, I can't, you guys. I can't. I definitely can't. And if I ever did, I would probably use it and be like, it's not, I wouldn't be able to justify the price point, and I'd take it back to the store. So after I did that, I'm gonna go in with the Touch and Soul. This is the primer water, like I said. In my last video that I'm obsessed with, I'm just gonna dot that on the face. And you can see it like running down my face. That's what I meant by it's super watery and moisturizing. I'm gonna rub that in. Put it up here. Yeah, I love this this primer. And I can tell that it's running low. My little travel, or I don't know if it's a travel size or if it's just like a little sample size, but I can tell he's running low, and it makes me sad because now I have to run out to the store and actually pay for a full price one. So I'm gonna let that set in for a little bit. So how are you guys doing today? I'm doing good. I have really no plans today, and it's kind of exciting. Normally every day I have something to do. Like I don't know. I have stuff to do today, but I probably won't do anything. Just being honest. So I'm gonna go in with the Super Stay Full Coverage foundation. This is it Maybelline or Covergirl? Maybelline. I used to use this all the time when it first came out, and I used it all up and never repurchased it, and then I went to CVS and it was on sale on clearance. So I don't know if they're discontinuing it or they're just making space in the store so that they can put their newer stuff out. I don't know, but we're gonna go in with this. Bring it down the neck. Should never forget your neck. If you know it's not like the perfect shade for you, don't forget the neck, because then you like get right here underneath your chin and then you see that line, and that is not cute, everybody. We don't want to see the line from your foundation. Makeup is definitely not natural by no means, but it's obvious when you can see the line right here. You guys know what I'm talking about. I know you've seen somebody who has a line. And some people just might not care, but me personally, like I would not. If I ever have a line and you guys see me in public, please tell me. You're like, Jessica, you need to go and you need to blend out that foundation, honey, because it's not cute. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more and do this side of my face. One thing I hate about doing my eyes or my eyebrows first before my foundation is you have to be so careful around that area so that you don't screw up all the work that you just put into it. And this foundation is definitely full coverage. It's one that should be complete, like it looks pretty, like when you first apply it, but this is going to be a foundation that I have to be careful with. It's probably why I never repurchased it. It will cake up around my nose and right here in the center of my eyebrows. So after I wear it for a few hours, not a few hours, maybe 4 to 6 hours, you'll be able to see it, and it'll look so cakey and I'll have to go in and blend it back out. But it looks good right now. I mean, it looks pretty. It's definitely covered. I can still see, I mean, I have like a spot right here. You can still see it. You can still see some of my freckles, which I like. I don't like when a full coverage foundation takes all my freckles away because I like my freckles. I just have so much discoloration in my face and acne scarring and acne. That's why I wear foundation, so I feel more confident. I don't do it to cover up my freckles. I quite enjoy my freckles. There's been times while I'll put my foundation on and I'll go in with like a little brown powder, like brown, not brown foundation, but brown eyeshadow, and enhance my little freckles because the foundation covered them up and I don't want it to cover them up. So we're gonna go in with concealer next. This is the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer. I actually kind of like this. This is my second one because I can't find the correct shade for me. The first one I bought was so light, no. And this one I still feel like is pretty light, but it's not terrible. Kind of gives you that highlighted effect. Bring it up here. I don't really highlight the center of my face too much. Like I won't dip in for any additional product. I'll use whatever's left on the brush. If you like that highlighted look, you can dip back in and get more product. I just don't, I'm not obsessed with it, but I don't hate it either. So I'm gonna go in and blend that out. Who else makes the ugliest faces when they're doing their makeup? One time I was at my mom's and I was in the bathroom getting ready. I don't know where I was going. And I was putting mascara on. And that's when you make the ugliest face, is when you put your mascara on. And my brother, who is 14, decided it would be funny to sit there and watch me do my makeup. So he does it, and he stands there, and I'm putting my mascara on, and I'm making the ugliest face, and he snaps a picture. And then he sends it to me 20 times in a row and just laughs and laughs and laughs and laughs. Until this day, he'll still randomly send me that picture. I want to say he has it saved as his contact photo, so whenever I call or text him, that picture comes up. Like, he's silly. But everybody makes ugly faces. I mean, not just me. I can't help it. You just gotta get in there, you know? Go around the nose a little bit. Make sure that's really blended. I'm not gonna lie, as I get older, I don't really like full coverage foundations, unless there's a few that I like, and that's just because it's a really thin, liquidy formula, but it goes on full coverage, like the Estee Lauder Double Wear. It's a full coverage matte foundation, but it's really thin, and so I love it. But I'm probably not gonna use this guy very much because I can already feel my face just, it's really heavy. I mean, it might not look really heavy. Well, it might look heavy to you guys too, but it feels super heavy. And as I get older, I don't really enjoy that as much anymore. I would rather just put foundation on to even out my skin tone, and that's it. I'm not really as focused on the spots, covering all my spots, my scarring and my everything else, as I used to be. And so that eyeshadow, y'all, that looks good. I like it. I'm digging that. It's pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a little bit of powder. I'm going to use the Pretty Vulgar powder. I got this in, I want to say I got this in a BoxyCharm box, and I quite like it. It's not bad. If you guys don't have BoxyCharm, I recommend it because you get some really good stuff sometimes. Like, sometimes I'm like, I could have lived without that. And then other times I'm like, yes, please, thank you. And I even went, because now they have the Boxy Luxe. I think it's every 3 months you get a bigger box obviously you have to pay more, but it's like every 3 months. And the last box I got, I think it was like totaling for $300, and I paid maybe 45, maybe 50. I don't really remember how much it is, but it's a super good deal. And I got like this palette, this Cover FX palette. I'm about to use it right now. That came in my Boxy Luxe box, and that palette alone is $45. So you're getting one product for the price of the box, but you still get 4 other products. So it's a really good deal. So today we're actually going to kind of chisel out the cheek a little bit, and I'm going to go in with the contour shade in the Cover FX palette. I don't ever heavily chisel out my cheeks, but I have chubby cheeks, so sometimes I do just a little bit, nothing too dramatic. And kind of just push it up. You don't want to bring it too far down, or you'll make yourself look like you have a 5 o'clock shadow. And unless that's the look you're going for, I don't really recommend it. See how that just looks more defined right there? That's the purpose in contouring. And yeah. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, my favorite bronzer. I've tried high-end bronzers, and I've tried several other drugstore bronzers. I always go back to this one, every single time. There's a few high-end bronzers that I wanna try. I just haven't got around to doing it or purchasing it yet, but I don't know, guys, I don't know if it can beat out my butter bronzer. Kind of go on there. There is one by Mayballene. I don't remember what it's called. Maybe like the Silky Powder Press something. It's their newest bronzer they just came out with. I love it. It's actually a really good bronzer. And for a while I was picking that one up over my Physicians Formula. And then I was getting ready one day and I dropped it in the toilet. It's terrible. I'm like, are you kidding me? That's one of my, out of all the products I have to drop in the toilet and ruin, it had to be one that I actually enjoy using. So I haven't repurchased it yet. I do plan on picking it up again because it's a really nice bronzer. I do bronze a little bit on my neck just to kind of sink the foundation in with my regular skin. We're all bronzed up. It's coming together. This is gonna be another, y'all, my first video, it was 30 minutes long, and I'm like, my second video, this is my second video recording, but it'll probably be the 3rd video I post. But anyways, I told myself it's not gonna be this long. It's gonna be shorter, and it's probably not gonna be any shorter. I'm gonna have to work on that because I don't know if people really have time to sit there and watch a 30-minute video every single time they sit down and watch YouTube. Like, sometimes I do, but most of the times I really don't. I'm gonna go in with this blush shade in that Cover FX palette. It's just a pretty pink. It's pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna spray my face. I'm going to use my Dewy set again. Like I told you guys, I'm obsessed with this stuff right now. Like, it's just, it's perfection. And I'll probably continue using it until I love MAC Fix Plus, but I ran out of it, and it was on sale the other day for the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and I picked up another one. And it's coconut too. I don't know what it is about coconut and vanilla. Love it. It's my favorite. I love it in candles. I love it in lotions. Anything makeup related. It's amazing. So for highlight, I'm going to use this Dose of Colors I Love Sadie palette. Or not palette, but highlighter shade. Mine is very dirty. And look at the inside, y'all. Look at that. What the crap? My 2-year-old gets into everything. Everything. I had 3 Anastasia palettes. She ruined all 3 of them. And then this one right here. She ruined that one too. I had the Natasha Denona Super Glow highlight in the shade Fair 01. Love that highlighter, but it's like $40, I think, for one single highlight. But it's worth it, y'all. Purchased it, loved it. She destroyed every single bit of it. Like, there was nothing left in the pan. I was so sad. That was a very depressing day, and I just can't bring myself to repurchase it because it was so expensive. I'm like, I want to, but then I'm also always wanting to try out new products, and since I've already used that one, I already know how I feel about it. I just haven't repurchased it yet. I'm gonna pop that on. This is a very pretty and very intense highlighter. I love it. And that's where we at. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. Minus my pimple right there. Of course, that guy wants to be in the way. I will tell you guys, most highlights show texture and anything you have on your skin. It is hard to find a highlight that doesn't enhance it. I just don't care. I love highlighter. I love makeup. So I don't care if it enhances my texture really. But just fair warning, if you don't use highlight and you want to get into it, it will enhance whatever texture you have. There is a few that I've heard, I've never personally found one, that they say doesn't enhance it. I'm still trying to find it. I'm still trying. Okay, so this is pretty much where we're at. I'm gonna go find a lip color to put on, and we'll come back and finish the lower lash line. Okay, lips are done. I used the Colourpop lippie pencil again and Obvi. If you guys are trying to get into lip liners or you just want a good lip liner, I'm really loving this one. I'm gonna pick up more shades because it's really easy. It goes on nice, the application's fine, and I've not had an issue with it, and it's super cheap. So for someone starting out or someone who just wants multiple shades, check out Colourpop. And then as far as my lipstick, I use the Persona Cosmetics liquid lipstick in the shade OG. She has 3 shades of these. It's like a nude shade, a pink shade, and a red shade. If you go to Ulta, they're actually $11 right now for a certain amount of time for the 21 Days of Beauty sale. I highly recommend Persona Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. I cannot wait till she comes out with more shades because it is such a thin formula, but it lasts. Like, it's super good. So that's exciting. We're gonna go in with the lower lash line, and then we'll be done, you guys. Where'd my palette go? Of course I put it up, and now I can't find it. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go in with the shade, this one right here, and I'm just gonna run it throughout my lower lash line and call it a day. Nothing too big and crazy. I really don't pile on eyeshadow. Some people will just put multiple colors on their lower lash line. I don't. I just usually put 1 or 2. And that's it. See, just a little something something. I am gonna take a little bit of that highlight shade that we used on the face and highlight my inner corner. I'm trying to use the mirror on this highlighter, and it's so dirty, y'all. It's awful. Alright, and I'm going to go back in with the Covergirl Exhibitionist Mascara and put it on the lower lash line. Okay, y'all, this mascara on the lower lash line is bomb. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but that is nice. This may be like something that I come into just to do my lower lash line. Like, I never thought I'd be one of those people. I never understood it. If the product doesn't work for your top lash line, why on earth is it gonna work even better for your lower lash line? I never got it, but right now, it just clicked for me. I got it. Like, I get what they mean. That didn't really do too much for my upper lash line. I mean, upper lashes. But for the lower lashes, y'all, I'm obsessed. Okay. And we are done, everybody. This is the look we came up with. Let me close my eye and show y'all. Sorry it's a super long video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys keep coming back and watching me. Please subscribe and leave a comment down below. Bye, you guys.